What's up, everyone? People asking if that's Iden. That is my, that's a piece of mine that's going to be on my next album that comes out. Welcome to all you newcomers to the channel. I know my voice is pegging out here. I think that's better here. Let me move it back a little bit, like that. That's probably better. Check 1, 2. There we go. You guys hear me all right, right? Is it clipping now? I think it's, I think it should be okay now. I don't see it clipping. Anyways, so who's new here? Who has never seen a live stream or just subscribed to my channel recently? Clips a bit. I was having this problem last night. Is it still clipping? How about now? Check it. 1, 2, 3. Clipping still. Is that better? Just subbed 1 minute ago. Still clipping. Not clipping. No clipping. I just turned it down like 8 dB. It's better? Okay. So who's, I want to see who's new here. Who is new? Right? Who's subscribed in the last month that had never seen my channel before? New. Just the people that are new. Okay. Awesome. Wow. Well, it's been about 40,000 people this past month, so I figured there's a lot of new people on here. Welcome to all the newcomers. I've done many YouTube lives here, as I did many Facebook lives before that, and I did many Periscope lives. I was going back and backing up some old videos, and I found 3 or 4 Periscopes that I did 2 years ago. So the sound is S-ing. Sorry, Andre, I don't know what's going on. Just listen through your speakers. DS, put a de-esser on. As soon as I raise my voice, I won't raise it. Greetings from Nepal. Excellent. Love that. So anyways, I'll talk in a normal tone of voice here. Well, like I said, welcome to all you newcomers. It's really been crazy that how many new people have subscribed to the channel in the past, literally in the past 4 weeks or so. It's probably it's over 40,000 people, because I'm right around 250,000 or so, 249,000, something like that. So if it keeps going like this, I'll hit 500,000 on September 4th if I keep getting the same number of subscribers a day, which is pretty good. I want to get to 500,000. Okay, first of all, I have a sale on the Beato book, my YouTube transcription book, which is 103 pages, and my 2 courses. And the coupon code for both of them is RB654. And that's only good for 24 hours from right now. RB654. That's for my Beato book, for my, I hear my dogs barking. That's for the Beato book, for my YouTube transcription book, and for my courses, Advanced Harmonic Concepts and Mastering Modes of the Major Scale. So you can quit your day job. Roberta just said that they took my live stream down. So I have a second channel that I go live. I used to go every day, but I'm not doing as much lately because I don't have an assistant. My new assistant's not starting for about 2 weeks. And it's called Rick Beato Live. It's a second new YouTube channel. Last night, I played some videos or some music from ECM Records, which is owned by UMG. Now, UMG does not take every video down, but they take down anything that's on ECM Records. So I did an experiment to see, and those of you that were on last night, you see what happens? So I can't use anything from ECM Records on my channel. They don't demonetize it, they take it down immediately. I don't think it was even up at all last night, because I got the YouTube blocked notices. Now I know, Frederick, exactly. So yeah, it's very, very annoying because it limits. What did I play, Brett? I played stuff off Pat Metheny, Rejoicing. Well, anything off ECM. If I play Keith Jarrett, but I played things that did get through. I played Milestones. I played, because I'm testing these things. I played Boss Guitar, Wes Montgomery. I played a few different things that I'm going to use for my Art of Soloing videos, because I'm going to be doing some jazz videos. So for the Metheny stuff I'm going to have to do it on with bootlegs. I have an interview with saxophonist Chris Potter coming up, who happens to be on ECM Records. And unfortunately, I did not ask him, because I thought this had been resolved when ECM put their entire catalog online. I thought it would be resolved, but it is not. Robert asks, why, or can you not get a blanket license? Well, that's a great question. Now, gamers get blanket licenses for playing games, and when they have music in there, no matter what kind of video games they are, gamers on YouTube get blanket licenses. I'm not sure how they do that. I don't know if YouTube contacts them, but I'm going to have to contact them. The problem is I can't make a video. I have to play the songs in order to make the video. So this is this is really a pain. Anything on a normal major label though now is just demonetizing my videos. So every one of these, what makes this song great, and my Art of Soloing videos get demonetized. So I make no money from all these views that I'm getting, unfortunately. So that's why I rely on you guys. You can donate to my channel. I have a donate button on my rickbeato.com page, or you can buy my album for $10 that I have there, or I gave you the discount code for my books, RB654, for the next 24 hours. My Beato book is 25% off, and my 2 courses are 35% off. RB654. There we go. Once again. So I had a title of this video is Altered Blues Pentatonics. Now I did a video where I talked about a couple different Altered Blues Pentatonics. I know Brett just said the crazy thing is it'll lead to ECM sales. It'll lead to ECM streaming at the very least, which is money for them. So Hassan, you just got here early. So the video was blocked last night because I played a couple things from ECM as an experiment. Musicosio, I can't read that. I just see a bunch of OSO. Ask me a question. Is it possible to learn counterpoint without a teacher? It's impossible to learn counterpoint without a book because you need to do exercises. So is it possible to learn without a teacher? It's difficult to learn without a teacher. Okay, so Matthew just asked about defining a regular minor blues pentatonic. So a minor blues pentatonic, let's see here if I can fix this. Okay, so a minor blues pentatonic is just 1, flat 3, 4, flat 5, 5, flat 7, 1. I'll give you the code one more time. Somebody asked for that. It's RB 654. RB, like Rick Beato, 654. There we go. So your minor blues pentatonic is 1, flat 3, 4, flat 5, 5, flat 7. It's not really a pentatonic. This isn't. It's a minor blues scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6-note scale. I call it a minor blues pentatonic because it's really a minor blues scale. But those of you that know the pentatonic scale and want to add that one note to it, that's where you get your blues scale. So blues scale is a 6-note scale, as opposed to the pentatonic, which would be 1, flat 3, 4, flat 5, or 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7. And for those of you that ask what guitar this is my new Eastman guitar that I've played about 3 times. Okay, so to do these altered pentatonics, there are altered pentatonics that some people know. For example, if I played let's say I played a B flat major 7 chord. Okay, so if I play, and I played a C major pentatonic. That would be a Lydian pentatonic, okay? So that's using a different, that would be using a different pentatonic than the standard, if I would play, that would be using a B flat major pentatonic, or I could use this. Use an F major pentatonic or D minor pentatonic, which gives you a major 7/9 sound. Okay. If I had an altered chord, let's say I had a B7 altered chord, so it'd be this chord on the guitar. Okay. Now to do. Some of you may know the altered pentatonic by playing the major pentatonic a tritone away, right? So, okay. Guitar with fretboard inlays. Oh yeah, that is kind of tricky, isn't it? Anyway, so that is using a different pentatonic, where some people would call that an altered pentatonic. So the pentatonics I'm talking about are pentatonics from the melodic minor scale. Okay, so that would be, one of them would be, let's say, 1, flat 3, 4, flat 5, flat 7. Okay, whoever keeps asking me about talking about Linkin Park, I'm not going to talk about him. But if you ask me again, I'm definitely not going to talk about him. 1, flat 3, 4, flat 5, flat 7. Okay, so this would be a pentatonic from the melodic minor scale. So if I had a chord like B7 altered, right? Okay, so you have the flat 7, flat 9 of the B7. You have the sharp 9. You have the major 3rd, and then the sharp 5. Okay. Okay. You can also play that over, let's say, A minor 7 flat 5. So if those of you that are wondering, what do you play over a minor 7 flat 5 chord? This is A minor 7 flat 5. Okay, that'll actually go over any chord that comes out of C melodic minor, because that's where the scale originates from. So you could use like E flat major 7 sharp 5, which would be this chord. Okay, so that would be a G major chord over E flat. So if I play like this, and I played it. Right? So that right there is a pattern that you can practice. So once you know the relationship of that pattern to the parent melodic minor scale, then you can use it to blanket over any of the melodic minor scales that the parent key is from. So for that is from C melodic minor. Okay, so C melodic minor has C minor major 7, has B7 altered. I'll go upwards, otherwise it'll get confusing. C minor major 7, D7 sus 4 flat 9, E flat major 7 sharp 5, F7 sharp 11, G7 flat 6, A minor 7 flat 5, and B7 sharp 9 sharp 5 flat 9 flat 5. There you go. Those are all the chords of C melodic minor. So that pentatonic comes from there. Now, you can also play the pentatonic off the second note of the scale. If I started on C, okay, and I play 1, 2, flat 3, 5, 6, that will give you a C minor. That will give you a C minor 6/9 pentatonic. So that would be for like a C minor 6 chord. Okay, so let's say I've got a something like this here. If I'm going like 1 2 flat 3 5 6. Okay. So we've got. So I'm just going off the root. It's the same scale. I'm just stopping in a different spot. Does that make sense? Okay. You also have the major flat 6 pentatonic. Okay, this also comes from the melodic minor scale. This is a difference. This is taking a major pentatonic scale, which would be 1. Let's say I take A major pentatonic. A major pentatonic would be 1 2 3 5 6. Right? 1 2 3 5 6. Okay, so that would be, let's say, on A major. If I just did a, let's say, A add 9 chord. Okay. Now, if I take the fifth, or take the fifth note, which is the sixth, really. Okay, I'll say this. If I take the sixth of the scale, 1 2 3 5 6, and I move it down a half step, then you get the notes from, that would be A mixolydian flat 6. Okay, 1 2 3 5 flat 6. 1 2 3 4 5 flat 6. So this would work on any chord that scale comes from. So let's say I have, that would be from the D melodic minor scale, okay? And so the D melodic minor scale would give you notes, chords like D minor major 7. I'm playing D minor major 9 here. It's EDM Generation Man. Who is this guy here? Okay, well, you can take your, no, you know what? There we go, hold on. I'll be my own moderator here. Boom. Ugh, gone. There you go. That's for the EDM generation. You're gone. Never to comment on this channel again, ever. I like that, Joe. Joe, good to see you. Joe Jeffries, everybody. That's what happens here when you're a wise guy. That's what happens to wise guys. You're just getting to know my channel now. Anyways, it's all fun until somebody gets poked in the eye, right? So, anyways, Joe, good to see you. But I was going to email you, actually, because I haven't seen you in a while. I was going to make sure you're all right. Anyways, so this particular pentatonic, I call it a major flat 6 pentatonic. And this is out of the melodic minor scale. Okay, so that would be off A. You can see it's the mixed flat 6. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 5 flat 6, and then it just repeats. But if I played that over F major 7 sharp 5, okay, so that would be like A major over F. So if I play, so that's a really, that's a great scale to practice. It will work on the piano, it'll work on the saxophone, it'll work on anything. It's just learning those finger patterns wherever they are and then practicing improvising in them. And then another one I want to talk about is, which I call the augmented dominant pentatonic, or augmented dominant sharp 9. That would be something like this. So let's say I played a B7 altered again. I'm trying to do it so where, because I don't have frets here, I'm trying to do it with kind of even number frets. So I'll do it off B here at the 7th fret, just so you know. I'm sorry if the clipping's distracting, guys. There's nothing I can do. This is it's the stream, it's YouTube, because I'm not clipping on here. So augmented dominant sharp 9. So it'd be 1 sharp 9, 3rd sharp 5, flat 7. Right? Right, so you got root, flat 7, sharp 5, sharp 9, or 3rd, and then sharp 9. So you got, I can't see my guitar here. I'm holding it so far up here like this where I can't play it. 1 sharp 9 flat, major 3rd, sharp 5, flat 7, and then it repeats again. Right? Okay, so I'll play it again so you can hear what it sounds like. I added the flat 9 there. altered dominant pentatonic, or I call it's a dominant pentatonic that has the sharp 9 and the sharp 5 in it. These are really handy if you're playing, because it's easier to come up with some cool patterns with them where you're not necessarily just running the scales up and down. All this stuff is in my book. And I think that learning some of these other pentatonic scales is easy, especially when you have the things down. No matter what instrument you play, it's pretty common to know your pentatonic scales or know your blues scales. So it's simply a matter of altering one note. So your alter on the minor flat 5, you just take out you play a minor pentatonic and you just flat the 5th and move it down a half step. And then just learn the pattern that way. So it's really easy. And a lot of people get hung up on the playing on half diminished chords, for example. I think that that's the, I don't know why. I always thought that, I thought that it would, everybody I went to school with said the same thing. They always would freak out over half diminished chords for some reason. I don't know why half diminished chords are any different than any other chords. But but if you play it off the root, the minor flat 5, it gives you the 11th, and it gives you the flat 5, it gives you the flat 7. So it's a really good sound for half diminished chords. Now there's another thing you can do too if you just know that one scale. There's a trick that you use if you're playing over regular 2-5-1, where you can play the you can play a pentatonics and just move the same scale position over up a half step each time and everything. Well, this is kind of similar to that, but if I played a 2-5 in G minor, so A minor 7, flat 5 to D7, flat 9 to G minor, right? Then, and I did this scale. And I move it up a minor third to here, to C. And that would give me the notes of D altered, okay? So, so I've just taken the one that works off the root, the minor flat 5, and move it up a minor third, and those notes will work on the altered 5 chord. So that's a really good practice thing. That's a really good practice technique, and that's a way for you to actually practice the scales. You should always practice scales in progressions. What songs use this? Well, you can use them on anything. You know, I did the Kid Charlemagne video, for example, and Larry Carlton plays on the B7 B flat 13 chord. He plays okay, so when he's doing that, he's playing this scale. He's playing that dominant 7, flat, sharp 11 sound. Okay, well this concept will work on chords like that, because that scale, Mixolydian sharp 11, is one of the scales from the melodic minor scale. That's one of the modes of the melodic minor scale. So these things work like a tape loop or something. Anything that works over one chord will work over any of the chords in that key. So if I'm in, let's say, C melodic minor, okay, then it'll be over C minor major 7. I can use it on A minor 7 flat 5. I can use it on B7 altered. I can use it on E flat major 7 sharp 5. D7 sus 4 flat 9, any of the chords, and it's just a matter then of you knowing what the chords are in those keys and be able to instantly accessing it. So is it possible Amir asks, is it possible to guess the exact chords of a melody that a composer had in mind just by listening to the melody? Yes, you can. You don't have to guess. If you have, you know, a melody like this, I always pick this one because it's easy to... Okay, so if that's Bach, right? That's a D minor, because you know that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a D minor scale. Then it goes to the... That's an A7 flat 9 chord, okay? Because it goes up to the flat 9. Down to the third of A7. So this is how you can actually tell if a piece... It's usually more in classical pieces, is that the chords are outlined so clearly that you should be able to tell. And in your improvisations, you should be able to tell what the chord progression is by just listening to the single notes. If I listen to John Coltrane on Giant Steps, and I hear, you know, right, so I hear B, 1, 2, 3, 5 of B major, 1, 2, 3, 5 of D7, 1, 2, 3, 5 of G major 7, 1, 2, 3, 5 of B flat 7, and then the triads of E flat major, right? Those are, when Coltrane plays those patterns, they used to call them digital patterns in the old days. When he plays those 1, 2, 3, 5 patterns, he's playing them so that people can, the listener, if you take away the rhythm section, the chord progression is still being stated by Coltrane. Every 4 notes gives you chord tones. So, oh, you have the 9th in there, 1, 2, 3, 5, but Jim, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's pretty much what he's playing. That's why he practiced all of those patterns. HK says, is it okay to try playing around with the arpeggios first? Absolutely. But the thing is, when you're improvising and you have fast-moving chord changes, that's why that's where this really is helpful. It's helpful in that, and it's also helpful when you hear Larry Carlton play on Kid Charlemagne, for those of you that watch that video. Larry uses a lot of triads, and he takes the triads out of the keys, out of the scales that he's using over the chords. If he's playing over an E minor chord, he's going to use a G major triad. He's going to use an A major triad if it's Dorian. He's going to use, you know, he might use a B major triad if it's, you know, if it's got a minor major sound to it. He could use a D major triad over it. But he's typically, in that scale, on B minor 7, I think there is, he's using a D add 9 arpeggio. So it's just, the more you practice this stuff, the more it you just will memorize these relationships, and that's really ultimately what it's about. Is my Steely Dan video wiped now due to copyright? No. So none of the things, none of the videos I've done have gotten taken down. So the deal is this: is that the only ones that get taken down for some reason are ECM records, Led Zeppelin, the Eagles. There's a few bands that have their videos taken down, but most people, my hand is feeling better, actually, much better. By the way, thank you. The videos I'm doing, all the What Makes This Song Great, the videos are being demonetized. That doesn't mean that they don't have ads in front of them. They have ads, but all the ad revenue goes to the people that wrote the song. So Donald Fagen and Walter Becker's estate will get the money from my video, from every view. It's not really demonetized. That's actually a misnomer because they're monetized, but I'm not making any money from them. The guys that wrote the song are. So Sting is making the money from Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic, or if I did, Chris Cornell's estate is making it from Spoon Man if he wrote the song by himself. I think that they co-wrote that song. I don't know if everybody did in there, but Enter Sandman is written by James Hetfield, Kirk Hammett, and Lars. So those three split the money from that video. So as soon as the thing comes down, there's always ads on it, and they get paid on my videos. I don't get paid anything. That's why if the video is up and it has ads on it, they're getting paid for it. So that's why they don't take it down, because it's as if I just put the song up there and people are listening to it. So Axel asked me, Rick, in the video we're talking about sus4-3 chords. Why don't you call them major 11 chords? Because we always notated chords like that on gigs for shorthand. sus4/3, which would be kind of sus4 add 3, okay? Or it could be a major add 4 if you want. It doesn't really matter. You should know the nomenclature for all these. You could call it a major add 11. It doesn't matter. But I call it that because of because it's a sus4 and you have the resolution in there as well. That's why I call it that. The sus4, because if I play a lick like this, that's a Peter Frampton solo, right? That's a solo that he starts on called Something's Happening. He starts one of the solos in there, two of the solos. He starts like that. He's playing E sus4. So I've got the sus4-3, sus4-3, sus4-3. Okay? So that's what I mean. If I were to play that chord as a chord, it'd be this. So I got one. It's very hard to play. Can you see what I'm doing there? Ooh, that's a tricky one. That's like a Holdsworth chord. It doesn't intonate that well on here. Let me do it like this. So there's 5, 1, 3, 4. So I've got them all in the chord. So I have a major add 4 if you want, or I call it just sus4-3 because it's easier to say that. And I play things like that all the time. Reaching for the uncommon chord, Joe is right. Oh, double K, that will injure your thumb. That thumb feels okay though. That chord is very hard to play on that guitar, I'll tell you that. Hanging Chad, did Frampton and Bowie go to the same high school? Is that actually true? Because that's fascinating. Because I know that Sting and Mark Knopfler grew up together. Scooby-Doo. It seems like sus4-3 would indicate a minor second interval, and a major 11 chord would be an octave apart. So a major, anytime you say 11, you're implying, anything that you say over an octave, you're implying that there's a seventh in there, or you're implying that it's put in the next octave. So another reason I say sus4-3 is because the 4 and 3 are right next to each other. That's why I don't call it an 11, because an 11 would be, when I think of an 11 chord, if I were to play, A11, I'm thinking like this. Whoops. right? This would be a major 11. I got the major 7th in there, 9 and 11. Well, it doesn't really sound like an A major chord, does it? Right? It sounds like a 5/1 because that's what it is, really. Okay? So if I have this is in a dominant 11. All right? It doesn't really sound like this if I were to play this chord. So I have the 11. This would be the 11 here. This is a great voicing. So I have that flat 9 interval there. So I have the major 3rd. Okay, it's a beautiful chord right there. But that would be more as an 11 function, where the 11th, this is 11 notes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 notes from the root if I play a major scale. Does that make sense then? That's kind of why that works like that. So that would be more of a, that would function more as an 11 there. That would function exactly, not more, that would be exactly be an 11. Anyways, all right, so the Beato book, for those of you that are interested, is on sale for 1 day here. The code is 25% off, RB 654. And for my 2 courses, 35% off with that same code. Any questions on anything, feel free to go to the to my Beato music forum. So it's forum.rickbeato.com. I'm going to do it here. Forum.rickbeato.com. You see how slow I am as a typist? Did I actually type anything in? No, I didn't even type anything in. Hold on. There we go. Forum.rickbeato.com. Okay, so if you guys have requests for the art of soloing or for what makes a song great, there are places there on my forum where you can put recommendations or requests, okay? If you put them in here, I don't always see them. For anybody that I've blocked that is still watching this and I feel like I've unfairly blocked them, write me at my Gmail and we'll talk about it. Because sometimes I block people and, you know, did I even type anything in? No, that's a bad typist. I know, right? Rick, how do you play the harmonic? Jerry asks, how do you play the harmonic and melodic minor scales on the guitar? Just memorize the intervals. Of all 3 types of scales, memorize the intervals. You should just memorize the fingerings and get them in your ear. Because Subi, you are blocked for 300 seconds only. Remy, you're not blocked. No, if you can comment here, you're not blocked. What happened to Guthrie on sounding off? I have to write Guthrie again. I wrote him, but I'll write him again. But I have the Chris Potter one coming up. I'm going to write Matheny again, see if he decides to HK, that's funny. You guys are awesome. All right, I'm going to go. Your shrink says you're blocked. That's pretty good. I'm going to go. I love you guys. This is great. I'll see you.